so lonely, broken angel. I'm so lonely.
8 of them did not come back.
That's true.
And 56 men didn't come back either. 3 were captured, but 53 were killed.
That's right.
More than 1/3 of the entire crew involved in the mission.
That's right.
How did you feel about the scale of the losses that your team took?
Devastated at the time. A complete and utter shock. And Barnes Wallis,
the inventor of the bomb,
burst into tears and said, I've killed all those young men. I'll never do anything like that again.
Johnny, you dropped your bomb and it was a direct hit on the Sorpa Dam. But in the end, that dam was not breached.
No.
The other 2 dams were destroyed. And the Mona Dam, when it was breached, it led to huge amounts of water filling the valley for miles and miles. When you flew back from your sortie, you saw.
Yeah, indeed, yes.
What did it feel like when you saw that this amazing mission with Barnes Wallis's extraordinary bouncing bomb, it had worked, it had destroyed the Mona Dam? What were your feelings?
To me, it was the highlight of that operation, to see the actual result of the success of part of it. We knew by radio broadcast that the Moan had been breached. We knew also that the Ada had been breached by radio broadcast. But approaching the Moan, or what was the Moan, was just like an inland sea. There was water everywhere. But it wasn't easy. It had cost lives.
Did it surprise you, the reaction to the Dambusters raid? Because it was big news at the time. The British wartime press was so pleased to have this sort of triumph to crow about. And then, of course, after the war, it was perhaps the most famous single aerial mission that had been flown, and it was celebrated, and of course in the end it was made into a film. Did that surprise you, the degree to which it became part of the myth, the British myth of the war?
I don't think it surprised me, but I have some grave misgivings about that particular period after the war, about the group of people that I call retrospective historians. And they were a group of them, 1 or 2 of them anyway, who claimed the Dams raid should never have taken place. It achieved nothing. It cost an awful lot of money in the training, the special aircraft, training of the crews, and danger to the crews themselves. An awful lot of lives and aircraft loss as well. I used to say, if I ever met one of those characters, I'd hope my hands were tied behind my back, because I wouldn't be quite sure what I'd do with them.
But Johnny, don't they have a point about the Dambusters raid? Because in the end, you did breach 2 of the 3 dams, and you did destroy some factories and some coal mines, and it should be said you also killed more than 1,000 German people.
Oh, yes, indeed.
But according to the Albert Speer and other senior Nazis, the German war effort wasn't really put back very much. And in fact, they rebuilt the factories and all of the infrastructure within 5 months.
There are at least 4 reasons why, yes, it was a good raid. And the first is that it showed Hitler and the German hierarchy that what they thought was impregnable, the Royal Air Force could get through and destroy. Secondly, it meant that the skilled workmen that were being employed building an anti-invasion wall up the coast had to be pulled in to help to repair the dams. And thirdly, it did some damage to the factories themselves. It did decrease the output, not as much as we would like, but it did decrease the output somewhat. And I think finally, The best impression was the effect of the morale on the people of this country, because, as you mentioned, the papers next morning were absolutely full of it. And it happened so close to the success of Alamein that it raised the question, is this the turning point of the...
I'm so lonely, broken angel.